Following on from the previous video, we started out with a function f of x equals x to the power of a third. And we've established in the previous video that it was not an even function. So in this video, we're going to test to see if it's an odd function. So first, starting out with a function here, we need to apply this transformation. And then on a separate occasion, apply this transformation and see if the two are equal. If the two are equal, then we can say this function here is an odd function. Okay, so first let's apply this transformation. So starting out with our function here, let's apply this transformation, meaning that we've got to put this negative x into this x here. So starting out with this function here, let's apply this transformation. So this here, you put this into here. So this will be, this will be so you can imagine this as being in a bubble. So it's really x to the power of a third. But the thing is, we've got to put this minus x into this thing here. So we've got to put the minus x in here. Okay. So now, so applying this transformation here gives us this, and then our aim is to check. To see if this is the same as this, but let's tidy this up first. What does it mean to have a minus x to the? What does it mean to have this minus x to a power of a third? What does that mean? We need to tidy this up first. Okay, so it's hard to understand what's going on here. So when you find something difficult, try and substitute simple things into this thing here. Try just so that you can understand what's going on. Let's look at a case where you try to cube root a minus number. Let's say minus 8. Well, a minus 8 would be, when you cube root a minus 8, it would be minus 2 in here, minus 2 and minus 2. So if you get if you get 2 times 2 times 2, that will give you a positive 8. And here you've got a negative and a negative. That makes a positive times another negative. That will give you minus 8. Is what you want. Now, what does it mean to have a cube root of a minus number? What does it mean to have a cube root of a minus? What does it mean to have a cube root of a minus number? So here, if you look at this here, if you get this number here, if you look at the 8 here, you would cube root 8 as normal. That will give you a 2. And then because you it just so happens that if you put a negative in because you've got 3 bubbles here, if you put a negative, it will give you a negative over here. Here, when it comes to x, just cube root x as normal, okay, and then cube root x as normal. So the answer is cube root of x, cube root of x, cube root of x, and then stick a minus in each one here. Okay, so now, then from here you can actually, in a way, factor out the minus, because you can actually do this. Bear with me. I know this sounds weird, but you may have to pause the video later and work things and think things through for yourself. So you can actually factor out this here, and in here it would be a positive x, positive root, cube root here. So here, so the cube root of minus x is really like this here. So just if you get this times this here, it will give you positive x, and here you've got a minus. My point here is that yes, the answer here is cube root minus cube root of x minus cube root of x minus cube root of x. You can actually factor out the minus here. My point here is that when you are here, you can this whole thing here is actually equal to this. So it's you doing this as normal, and then you see this thing here is equal to this thing here. Okay. Yeah, you might just have to scroll through this again and press pause and think for yourself. So I'm just gonna scroll this through for you so that you can you just got to sit there and stare at this until it makes sense. I know it sounds a bit weird, but my point here is that minus x to the power of a third here is actually this. It is this here. Oops. So this here is x to the power of a third, and it's a minus. This thing here does actually equal this thing here. Okay. So let's start again here. Okay. So this was our original function. Okay. So applying this transformation here would give us this f of minus x here equals, well, we've got to put this minus x into this x here. So it will be this. It will be minus x to a power, minus x here to the power of a third. Okay, but then this bit here actually is the same as this. Is the same as this. Okay, so remember that this here, you've got to do this first and then stick a minus in front of it. So applying this transformation here, it gives you this here. From here to here, it's actually quite hard to understand. So you probably have to sit there and think things through for yourself. Okay, so after applying this transformation here, it gives us this here. Okay, so now let's go back to our original function. So we are now here. We need to apply this transformation now. So it will be the whole thing intact. So let's take the whole thing intact. So let's take the whole thing intact down. So it will be this. Okay, so that this thing here is this thing here, but then you've got a minus here. Okay, so applying this transformation here will give us this. So you can see that this is exactly the same as this. Okay, so this thing here is exactly the same as this thing here. That's just like me drawing a bubble around here. So this thing here is exactly the same as this thing here, meaning that this here is the same as this. Because this is the same as this, then we know that it must be an odd function. Okay, so yes, this function here is an odd function. Okay.